Just did two really cool podcast interviews. One was with, it basically was Ultra Runner Mom Day. One was with Leah Yingling. You guys might know her from Trail Network podcast. She also participated in Lululemon's Further. We saw her at the Female Athlete Conference, and I'd been following her for a while. And then the other one was ultra runner Sophie Carter. She is a mom of 5, age range from 15 to 2, and she was on a paper with Margie Davenport talking. Basically, they used her Garmin data from a twin pregnancy and a singleton pregnancy to basically say, hey, we've got moms not only running ultra distances but racing ultra distances, and this is kind of what the data looks like. Just because she didn't have any data when she was trying to figure this stuff out, and so there was just a refreshing conversations with both of them. First of all, both of them are amazing athletes and just so gifted, and just also so very, very kind. And the refreshing part of the whole thing was that they just kind of took their experience in. It sounds like they gathered what information they could, but at the end of the day came back to what they knew about themselves, what they knew about their training, what they felt was good in their body. And especially with Sophie, it was so interesting because, I mean, she's a 15-year-old, and we didn't have data. We didn't have moms running, marathons, much less ultras back then. And I think about what we used to tell moms and what I probably would have said to a mom. We didn't have data. We didn't have a lot of things to tell them. And we kind of just preemptively shut people down. And we're finding now and getting more data to say, like, yeah, staying active is actually really good, and it's really good for you and the baby. With, some of the data that's come out recently from Margie Davenport's lab and Amy Molek, definitely check out those podcast episodes. They've both been on the Active Mom podcast. But it's just so nice to see people go at their own pace and don't feel like they have to rush back, or if they start back being active, they do it at what makes sense to them because they were active through pregnancy, and do the strength training that makes sense, and have guardrails for the running that they do. And it was just really, really refreshing. And for me, it's always interesting because if I look back on my own initial running and pregnancy piece with my oldest, I was maybe, I had my hip surgery in 2007. I don't know that I had fully rehabbed out of that. So I think about the issues that I had in my first pregnancy. I had to stop running at about 19 weeks. I had really bad symphysis pubis issues. I was mostly walking because I wasn't really doing strength training at that point. It wasn't a thing that I did, or really a thing women were doing. It was do gentle things. You were pregnant. And I just look back at how much opportunity had I to do it now, to build strength and to build potential. And likely a lot of what I navigated was because I wasn't strong enough and wasn't really honestly ready to be running, period, and navigating these post-hip issues. And again, we didn't know crap about that back then either. And just trying to give myself some grace for the time that we were in, but a little envious for the times that we have now, that if I had to give my former self advice, it would be incredibly different from what I did at the time. And so to be able to hold that space for that, and then space for these moms that are navigating this for the first time, and people like Sophie that, our oldest are the same age, and she also has, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4 other kids, with the youngest being 4. I'm like, you're amazing. And I think it's so inspirational that women have the capacity to do this, but we can also hold that at the same time, understanding that sometimes pregnancies aren't uncomplicated. Sometimes you do have issues, and knowing hopefully that there's more providers out there that are research informed and running informed and all those sorts of things, so that hopefully we're not going to repeat. I'm not going to call them mistakes because we didn't know then. Not treat now like it's 2010, 2011. Like moms need support like it's 2025 with the understandings that we have that it's 2025. Women do not deserve to be treated as delicate in pregnancy and postpartum. If they have issues, we have resources to navigate and get them back to activity. We know the importance of strength training. We know the importance of not deconditioning moms. They deserve to have the treatment that's, novel now and not what it was 15 years ago. But anyway, it was just a fun day to have those conversations and hold space for watching women do some really, really cool, amazing things. And they're just gifted people anyway. But just allowing for the fact that we can progress and learn and grow and everybody can kind of do their own things. So anyway, those episodes will be coming out. I think usually we wrap up the season right before Thanksgiving. So you guys will be seeing those episodes come out in the next couple of weeks. So definitely check them out. If you have ideas for people that I should chat with, we're already scheduling for 2026 season of the Active Mom podcast. So drop me your ideas of who you want to hear on the show.